Broncos country, a mile high salute, baby. Broncos are 6-5 right now. And one of the reasons that they're starting to find their footing and becoming a really, really good offensive football team is because Sean Payton is figuring out a way to put these guys in a position to cook, for lack of better terms, and do really, really well at it. He's making it easy for his rookie quarterback and the guys around him as well. And I can't wait to break down a specific play that I really wanted to go over, just to give you a little bit of a glimpse of exactly what it is that I'm talking about. It's my first ever film review, guys, so I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks for bearing with me. It might not be the best thing ever, the most clean thing ever, but I hope that you can learn a little bit of things, a couple things or two, and maybe maybe feel some optimism moving forward, right? Before we dive in, guys, if it's your first time on the channel, welcome. I appreciate it. Give that little subscribe button that you see below there a little smashy for me, man. I'm on a mission to get to 500. Thumbs up would be helpful as well. I appreciate it. If you do that, tell a friend and have the friend tell a friend. And before you know it, we're there. So appreciate you guys in advance. All right, baby, let's dive in. So the first play that we're going to get into here before I share the screen, we are going to get into the first touchdown throw of the game against the Atlanta Falcons. It's probably my favorite play when I was looking through the All-22 film for a lot of different reasons, because there's so much going on, and it's the smallest little details that you'll notice within the play that make it so unbelievably beautiful. And there's so many nuances within the play, but there's so much that can come out of it, for later opponents, that you can, call some different plays and run a couple of things differently from that. So let's get right into it, baby. Let's do this. So go ahead and hit you with a share screen, and we'll dive in. So what I'm going to do here, guys, first is I'm going to let this play run. All right. I'm going to let the play run first to give you guys a little bit of an idea of the play, kind of be able to see it, maybe talk you through a little bit. I'll pause it, and then I'll mark up some things and talk about this is what is, I think step one of what's to come with this Broncos offense, man. I love it. And once we started getting Marvin Mims involved, right, like I talked to you guys before, once we started getting him involved in different ways out of the backfield and different looks and motions, so many things come from that. And here is an example of it. All right, so let's get the film rolling here. So it's easy peasy. It looks simple. It looks like guys are just running around getting open, but there's a lot that goes into this. Wide open, Nate Atkins, Tudelicious. So let's break down the film, guys. So, all right, as we know, right, it's very simplified here. We got 11 personnel. We got one tight end, running back in the backfield, Bo's in the shotgun, two receivers to the right, and we got a single receiver to the left. Now, what you're going to notice is that the way that this play is designed up and is schemed is to get the defense moving to their left and the offense is right. Okay, so it's pretty simple here. You got essentially Cortland Sutton going up and over, running a little post to the corner. Same kind of thing over here for little Jordan Humphrey. All right, so that's the simple stuff. Now, you're going to know and you're going to realize that the Atlanta Falcons in this particular case are in man coverage. And so man coverage is important to know, because now everybody that's in front of these receivers, you know where they're going to end up being. They're going to end up right over here in the corner of the end zone. They're going to try to move the defense as much as they can to the right. And they even take it so far as to making it so that if you'll watch when the snap happens, Bo Nix will kind of start to move right a little bit. He'll start to creep in. Okay. So we got another thing I want to really focus on here is these linebackers. So this linebacker here and this linebacker here, these are the guys that Bo Nix is paying the most attention to right here in particular. Okay. So when you look at it, this linebacker, he is going to be following Jaleel McLaughlin. Okay. And Jaleel is just going to be going out here. So now you got a lot of the defense going to the right side up here to the pylon. And this linebacker is going to be following Jaleel over to the right. This particular Mike linebacker here in the middle, he is going to be following whatever Bo does. If Bo sits back and throws, then he's going to kind of quarterback spy. If Bo wants to take off running to the right, he's going to follow him. So he's playing the spy role right now. And that's very, very important, because what ends up happening, as you'll see, and roll the film, right? And then the last nuance, and this is my favorite one here, you're going to have Marvin Mims coming across motion, making this corner right over here think he's going to go left. but he flips back around. Okay. Him flipping back around now brings another person over to the right. So now you got 3 of the 4 skill position players going to the right side of the field. Actually, 3 out of the 4 skill position players going to the right side of the field. And that I think right there is what ultimately is going to end up making the play. And so when you see it unfold here, now it's coming out. Now Bo even is looking right. So he's baiting this linebacker over here with his eyes heavily. Okay. This guy's now he's going way to the right. And even watch Bo's even taking a couple of steps to the right. So he's going, and Jaleel McLaughlin comes out of the backfield. He's here. He takes this linebacker. And now you've got this ginormous gap right here in the middle. You're going to sneak out Nate Atkins, and it is easy peasy touchdown. There's nothing that the defense can do with a play like that. And this is just an example, a small little example, guys, of what it is that I'm talking about in terms of Marvin Mims' ability to go back in motion. Now, was his was his threat as a runner, did it influence this particular play? Not necessarily, but it did provide them to get a lot of different looks and a lot of different feels in terms of, having to have somebody very much be accounted for what it is that he could do. Because even on that little motion when he's swifting back, they got to respect the fact that he could run. He could take that off of a handoff. They could dump it off to him really, really simply. There's just so much eye candy going on, and the defense is kind of stuck. They all have their individual assignments that they're doing, and so that little motion that they put Marvin Mims in is helpful. And Bo Nix's eyes looking over to the right and kind of drifting over to the right takes that linebacker, and the gap is huge. You can see it. It's easy as hell. And against a zone, that necessarily wouldn't be a touchdown or wouldn't be a play that would ideally work. And I think that takes me to the next part of what I'm thinking about. Because what I noticed the most of this game, I noticed it while I was watching it live, and I saw it time and time again when you're rewatching the film on it, is Bo Nix is checking at the line more than I've ever seen him at this in any game in particular. He's going up, he's analyzing the defense, he's saying kill, and which means he's going into one play versus another. My guess is this. I'm definitely no expert on the subject, but my guess is one of the plays that he has is a zone beater, and one of the plays that he has is a man beater. And based off of what the defense is playing, he checks out of the play, or it's going to be a run or a pass. So how's the box stacked versus if it's a little bit lighter versus a little bit heavier. It also obviously matters down in distance, but those are the two big assumptions that I would make when it comes to him controlling the line of scrimmage. And on that one, you can just see they had the play dialed up. He knew right away it's man coverage. They had the perfect man beater play that you could possibly have on there, and it worked out perfectly. And you see it time and time again on the film in terms of, looking for guys and for both being able to look a lot more comfortable. What you also start noticing a lot more on the film as well is that he is going through his progressions not only a lot quicker, but a lot more consistently. I think at one point in the season, it was he'd look at the first read and it wasn't there, so he immediately goes down to the check down, right? Or they would call some plays where it was more of that ladder read. It was the 1, 2, 3. He kind of looks at it, makes a decision based off of where the defenders are at the time, and he'll either take off running or dump it off to the check down. In this particular game, he's going looking left, he's looking right, and then he's quick to go down to his check down, which is really helpful also as well. And so that's one thing that I think is gonna be not very important to pay attention to. Hey, Ace, shut up, bro. I think my dog is all about it too. I think Ace is really digging what we're going. But this is really fun. It's a fun time to be a Broncos fan, Broncos country. It really is. It's a great time. I'm excited. I think we have our franchise quarterback. In fact, I almost am at the point where I say I know we have our franchise quarterback. But I love everything about what it is that this team's doing, and there's so much more good to come, especially as we can continue to add talent to this team, because we're scheming up a lot of guys open. And how are we going to respond on those games where we can't necessarily scheme guys open? Guys just have to go out there and make plays. And I'm looking forward to see how we do. We've had good, we've had bad, we've had ugly. So we've had it all. We'll get into the Raiders really starting tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna have cooking up for you. And got some special things on the docket as well when it comes to the Avalanche and the Nuggets. You can see back here, this thing's all inverted. See back here, got a little Avs and Nugs love as well as we're continuing to fill out the room and fill out this new little studio. But I'm excited, guys. Let me know what you guys think below. Give me, please, I need some honest feedback on the film review. This is my first one. I'm putting myself out there, y'all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, learned a little bit of something. But I would highly suggest if you guys got 10, 15 bucks a month to spare, go on NFL.com, order get NFL Plus, start watching that all 22 film. It's actually really fun. You see a lot of really great angles from the tight, basically, the tight, which is the facing the back of the quarterback. The backside where you're seeing the front of the offense, and then obviously the original game film. But you see a lot more. You see so much more things break down in a play where when you're watching live, you're like, why the hell is he holding onto the ball, or nobody's getting open, or this and that, and you can kind of see a little bit more of that, and it's really cool. I dig it. I'm really getting into it. I've always been a football junkie, and this is kind of taking it to another level. So I need some honest feedback. Would you guys like to see more of these? If so, what do you want me to focus on in particular? And I'm happy to put the content out if I know you guys will enjoy it. So appreciate it, guys. Go Broncos as always. Spend time with those people that you love the most, man. We are 6-5. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And until the next one, everybody.